Many supplements on the market are hard to absorb or packed with fillers, but that's not the case with Quicksilver Scientific. Quicksilver Scientific is a U.S.-based company that manufactures advanced liposomal supplements, making nutrients easier for your body to absorb and put to work quickly. Made in Colorado in an NSF GMP certified facility and rigorously tested, this is science-first supplementation. After adding ultravitamin into my routine, recovery feels faster and I don't hit that midday crash anymore. Trusted worldwide for supplements that truly make a difference in performance, resilience, and well-being. Quicksilver Scientific makes advanced liposomal supplements so you can actually feel the difference. Energy, focus, calm, recovery. Get 10% off plus free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. That's tryqs.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, kitties. This is your Julie, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Are you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Born ready, motherfucker.
Welcome to Slasher Radio with those Mikey Bones, Rob Humphrey, and Cass Lovecraft. How you guys doing?
Good job.
Look at that. Cass is here. She wasn't too tired this week.
Oh my god.
She decided to stay up and do a show. Unbelievable.
Wow.
The allegations, Cass.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was.
Fuck off, man.
Nice to have you here, Cass.
I fucking hate you both.
Why would you hate us? That's not nice.
Mm-mm.
That's not nice.
You're not nice.
I am a pleasure and a gift.
Yeah, right.
All right. That's how.
Gift from hell.
A gift nonetheless, Cassan. A gift nonetheless. All right, we're back.
You.
Last week, we had a blast. Talked to David Howard Thornton, Alex from Select to Play. That got some attention.
Yeah. Just a
A
little,
little bit. A little bit.
A little bit. We went like kind of like mini viral off of it. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
In the horror world, it's viral, but like a mini viral overall.
I was feeling a little sick.
You were feeling what?
I was feeling a little sick.
Oh my god.
Damn it. I don't even know what to say to you. Anyway, so yeah, big shout out to Fangoria, Bloody Disgusting. Who else? Like Yahoo, MSN, The Gamer.
A lot
like
of people.
So many people covered this. It was really nice of them to cover that, and it was a really cool conversation, and I'm glad people were able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Kind of went off on Instagram a little bit.
Yep.
We have an
Just a little
Instagram
bit.
too, by the way. Like I know we mentioned that at the end of the show, but we have a new Instagram. You know what annoys me is that this happens, and like people may look at that because Bloody Disgusting had posted it. They did what they do, Cass. What's it called? A collaborative thing?
Yeah, it's just a collaborative post so that it's kind of like a joint shared.
You sound like the oldest man alive right now, Mikey.
I know it sounds like witchcraft to me. I don't know what the hell it is.
What do the kids call it there, Cass, when you post the thing?
And this is why I run the social media.
What are these kids doing on the Instagram nowadays? I don't fucking, I don't know. But it was cool of them to do that. But the thing is, people look at it. I guess it was a good time to start the Instagram because that happened. But also people are like, oh, let me check out this Slasher Radio. These motherfuckers, see what they're doing. They talk to the Art Clown. And they look and they're like, what the fuck? They got like 20 followers? What the hell is this? So it's always so frustrating to start on a new social media. It's so annoying.
We don't have 20 followers now. We have
Well,
like
not anymore.
we're close to 100.
No,
And our
sweet.
count's like not.
We're taking over. We're
Hey,
almost in
dude.
triple digits, guys. Look out. We're an unstoppable force.
That's not easy to do, dude. That's not easy to
No.
do. We were under triple digits for quite some time on a fucking TikTok. Let me tell you that. But yeah, so imagine how many people were just like, who the fuck are they? They talk to them? This fucking 20 follower McGee's over here? But either way, it was cool. Bloody Disgusting. It was cool. Fangoria and everybody who took a look at it. But we are back this week with Tim Willits from Saber Interactive. We're talking the new Hellraiser Revival Game. There is nothing out on this right now. Watch as soon as like we're recording this tonight, and by the time like tomorrow, just like a fuck ton of things are going to come out. We're going to be like, son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
honestly.
But right now, and probably throughout the release of this interview, there is nothing out on this game. So if you're looking forward to Hellraiser Revival and looking around social media, it looks like a lot of people are. So I'm excited for it. It looks like a lot of people are excited for it. If you are here, you will be hearing directly from Saber Interactive, the studio working on Hellraiser Revival, and they're going to get into a ton of shit, and we're going to get a lot of early information. We had done an interview with Saber and Tim. I don't remember the year, whenever Evil Dead, the game was coming. So we had a relationship with them, and when they announced that they were going to be, when the Hellraiser game got announced, I was like, holy shit, let's see, I'd love to do something with them again. And plus, we had a blast last time. So obviously, it was a no-brainer. We reached out, and they were like, we're going to wait for everything to clear. We're not ready to quite talk yet. Completely, makes sense, right? Like, this thing just happened. I had circled back and been like, hey, we haven't got a pretty big October lined up. Would love to include you guys. And they were nice enough to do it, and they didn't have to. Like, they could have just been like, all right, no, we have our schedule for releasing things, which most places do. We're going to stick to that, which is totally understandable, but they were nice enough to give us some of their time and give us some visibility to give to you guys early. So big thanks to Saber Interactive for doing that. They didn't have to do this, and they could have just stuck with their thing, but they were nice enough to sit with us and give us and you guys a lot more visibility on their new game. And dude, I can't wait. Like, Hellraiser, and Rob, you're a single player guy. So me and Cass are more multiplayer. Cass dabbles in the single player more than I do, but I'm going to be there for this one. And it's like, this was the move for a Hellraiser game, single player story mode.
Single player is always the move. Single player story mode, always the way to go.
Rob, is there a reason why your hand is raised?
To annoy Mikey. It annoys Mikey when I do that.
I didn't know his hand was raised until you said something, Cass. So you both annoyed me.
Look, what the fuck is he doing? Put your hand down, bitch.
God damn it. I do, by the way, hopefully I don't sound like shit. I do have a new mixer, and the buttons, the infamous buttons of the show, have kind of been moved around a little bit. So we do have new stuff. I can bleep you live.
Hell of a deal.
Oops. Well, if I knew how to use it.
That's awesome. Perfect.
Yeah. How you doing, Chris? I could bleep you live, which is nice. I just would have to time it. There's a lot of things that go into this new mixer. But I was setting up all the buttons, Rob. Mm-hmm. And Cass, you haven't heard this yet. But I was setting up all the buttons and everything that I need to set up for this damn mixer for the show. And one of the buttons I came across was an oldie and a goodie. And it hasn't been played on here in a long time. I think you know where I'm going with this, Rob.
I think I might.
All right.
Oh, God.
Cass, this is a button that hasn't been played in a long time, but it was like overused because it was so much fun and we loved it so much and it's fucking hilarious. This is Kane Hodder, Cass, talking about, he was doing an interview for, I think, the Crystal Lake documentary. I forget what it's called. It's escaping
Crystal
me.
Lake Memories.
There you go. And I believe it was for that, but he was talking about playing Jason and performing kills in the movie. And he was talking about decapitating somebody, ripping someone's head off as a kill as Jason Voorhees. And I thought it would be funny to add bleeps in certain areas. And I want you to hear what it sounds like, Cass.
It just, again, shows the power, twisting somebody's, till it comes off. That takes some strength. Believe me, I've tried it.
That's great.
It's not easy to twist somebody's off.
Oh
And the human is much more resilient than you think it is. And heavier. The is a heavy piece when you hold it in your hands.
Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why when I say things,
Oh,
sometimes
damn.
when Mikey says I have to bleep that, I'm like, it's going to sound like I said something a lot worse.
Yeah, for real. Oh, that shit's funny.
Yeah,
Kudos
that's
to you
great.
guys on that one. That was good.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things in the world. And I came
we haven't had
across
that
it
in a while. It's been a long time, yeah.
because I always forget about it because we have so many fucking buttons for so many different things on and off the show that just got buried. And I found that and was like, oh, nice. I know what I'm doing this week. Shout out to Kane Hodder. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. All right, so we're going to be joined by Tim shortly. Man, Saber's going to listen to this and be like, what the fuck is Kane Hodder did? What?
That's always the downside of when we have guests on. It's like, they're going to hear this.
This is what makes us us. All right? Believe it or not, it works. We don't get it either, but it just fucking works. So we're better and worse. All right, so we got a mailbag to get to. We got drink roll call to get to. And then we're going to be joined by...
and I have a thing, too.
What does that mean?
Oh, I got a thing to talk about before we get into the interview also.
God damn it, when you spring these things on me. When are we going to talk about it now? Because now, should we talk about it now?
No, we'll do it after the mailbag.
After the mailbag. All right, fine.
I'm scared.
Yeah, me too. So we'll get to Tim Willits from Saber Interactive shortly, but we got to get through our shit first. Okay. Also, by the way, I found we have like our little button for the mailbag thing, but I also, and Cass, you'll appreciate the hell out of this. I've been wanting to find one for Drink Roll Call for a while, but like couldn't really think of anything that was horror tone that would work. But here we go. Let's get into Drink Roll Call.
I'm getting another beer. You want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
Ah, Cass.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good.
Nice.
Rob, what are you
My
drinking?
boy.
I'm drinking Diet Pepsi.
You son of a bitch. We're going to debut a new fucking button. You really?
I didn't know there was a new button coming, first of all.
God.
And not that I have to justify my drink choices, but I spent all day at a beer festival, so I'm a little drunk out, you know?
Son of a bitch. That's what you're drinking.
What do you mean you're drunk out? You're not slurring your words. You ain't drunk out.
So I'm having a Diet Pepsi. I
Little
spent all day
Unbelievable.
drinking, Cass. Leave me alone.
Debut with the new drink roll call button, and then that's what drink Dr. Pepper. God, or whatever
Diet
you're
Pepsi.
drinking.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Now I did
That's boring.
drink roll call related. I did take a look at the Michael Myers energy drink. The can
Oh, shit.
does have
No.
nutritional information on it.
Okay.
So, and I did think about going that route tonight, but I
Oh,
went with the Diet
God.
Pepsi.
Were all the numbers 666?
I don't know that.
Oh,
I didn't look. I didn't. I just
Okay.
noticed that it had it on there. I did not look at them.
All right, fair enough. Cass, what are you drinking? And you're going to get on Rob. You better have something good, goddammit.
No, I'm drinking the Angry Orchard. I'm still going through those. I'm taking my time, but I have the berry one, and I really like. I like all of them so far. I'm saving the pumpkin one till the end because I've had it at Halloween Horror Nights, and I really, really, really liked it. So that's gonna be my drink of choice for next week during the week of Halloween. But yeah,
Well, this comes out the day before Halloween.
well, cool.
Also, shout out to our buddy Polyester, because now you just set me up perfectly, Cass.
Like a macchiato with a little pumpkin spice.
Yeah,
and
what
some
else, Pauly?
extra. Can you make it with the well water?
The well
I
water.
like that the best.
Yeah.
If I could get the well water macchiato with some pumpkin spice. Fuck off.
You and your pumpkins, dude. Jesus Christ.
I
All
love
right.
Polly.
I do too. I am drinking, and it's a strange route that I went. I'm drinking Seagram's Spiked, and it's a WWE like branded can thing.
That's
Rumble Punch.
Yeah, I sent it to you
That's
guys
cool.
on Discord. It will also, all of our drink roll call and images and stuff for the show does go on Patreon.
Looks like it's got the Divas Championship on there. Fitting.
That's a diva. What?
I don't know. That's what it looks like. It's pink.
It's red. Is it pink?
It looks pink in the picture.
Oh fuck! It might be pink.
It looks red.
It looks pink. That is pink.
I'm looking at the can though. Damn it! It might be pink. I don't know. It looks like a reddish pink. Leave me alone. The other ones seemed gross. They had like 3 other ones, and I don't remember what they were, but they seemed gross. So I went with the Rumble Punch. And hold on, let me get one more sip in. Hang on.
Those are the type of drinks that, like, when you're at the liquor store, you grab them just because of the packaging, not because of the actual.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wine cooler. You're drinking a wine cooler.
Well, I was at the smoke shop, and yeah, I seen this because you got to admit too, Rob. Sometimes those freezer sections and refrigerator sections at these smoke shops or like wherever you go, you find some drink roll call gold sometimes.
I don't look at the freezer or the I don't look at that section when I go in this. I'm trying to get in and out. Smoke shops are shady as fuck. I just want to get in and get out.
I had to go into a back room for what I needed. Yeah, no, it's shady as shit, but I know them, so I'm I'm part of the shady shit.
I don't like going to the smoke shop. It's fucking shady in there.
No, but I found this, and I didn't have anything for drink roll call. I was probably going to make like a rum and coke again. But I found this, and I thought I would give it a go just to see how it was. And yeah, Rumble Punch, it's all right. Like, I probably won't get it again, but it's not bad. It's better than, I can promise you it's probably better than the other ones on there that they had. It's like a green one. I don't even remember what it was. I don't know.
Well, green is a good flavor.
Better than Diet Pepsi. I'll give you that.
Is it? I don't know.
Gotta be.
I mean, I had choices. I just decided on a Diet Pepsi. I've still got Angry Orchard in there. I've drank hardly any of those things. I didn't like. I'm the opposite of Cass. I didn't like any of them.
I love them all. Send them to me.
And I got the energy drinks in there still. Considered that.
So you decided to be boring.
Went with the Diet Pepsi.
The fucking energy drinks are really concerning, though. Like, I get really, really, really worried when Rob consumes those.
Nah, they're fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's safe.
Okay.
It's got nutritional information right on the can. It's fine. It's good
Hold
for
on.
you.
Hold on.
It says do not drink. Might cause self-harm.
Rob, can you hear me, Rob?
Yeah. What?
Do not drink the energy drink.
It was one time. It'll be fine.
You almost died.
Once.
Don't drink.
Just once.
You only drank them once. You only drank them once. Yeah, you only almost died once. Yeah.
But like, don't you want to see it happen again, Loki? Like, it was. I think it shocked the two of us how hyped up Rob was over something that didn't contain alcohol. Like, it was concerning, but also highly entertaining.
It was extremely intriguing. 100%. Yeah. But the man like was broken for 3 days and very sick and almost died. Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't drink them again.
I'm sure they're safe. They wouldn't sell them if they weren't safe.
There's no brand on them. They do have nutritional facts, as you described today. But,
they do.
Yeah. All right. So that thanks for ruining the debut of the drink roll call button, Rob. I appreciate it.
I do what I can around here.
Yeah, you sure do. All right, mailbag.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
917-397-KILL. That's 917-397-5455. You can send in a text message or voicemail for the show. You can also get into the mailbag by going on the Patreon or the YouTube channel and commenting on things that we have stuff on there that's kind of like, for YouTube. Commenting on the show stuff, and we'll get you into the mailbag. All of the messages, both text messages and comments, are read by Ghostface. Any voicemails, we will air the voicemail, discuss them.
Looks like the mailbag's been busy again. You've been leaving your messages, and I've been dying to hear them. So grab your popcorn, lock the doors, and let's see what kind of twisted things you've got for us this time. The first message is from Spyro on last week's Terrifier interview. Apparently the physical version of the arcade game isn't available in Aussie. So, who wants to hook a fella up? Thanks, XX.
Okay. Oi, Spyro. That's a beautiful thing.
Mikey, buy him a physical version and ship it out to Australia, okay?
I feel bad. Like, we might have to do that. Commented, because I think, Spyro said something on Twitter, like just replied to the, our post about it, which obviously the select people were tagged in. I don't know if they're going to change that. Like, I don't know if they can change that.
Yeah, who knows?
I'll see if maybe they can, I'll mention something to them and see, if they have any plans for that changing. I don't know. But we'll figure something out, Spyro.
Right? Or, and just spitballing here, Spyro, you could get into the 21st century and you could just download the fucking thing.
Yeah, but it's nice to have. Rob, you're a physical media guy. Come on now.
Yeah. I know. It's a funnier bit if I'm a dick to Spyro.
It'd be like that time you were nice to Nesto. Remember? You didn't know what the fuck to do.
That was so much fun. I sent him a Valentine's Day card, Cats.
He did.
God.
He did.
I want one.
Oh, my God. Maybe your next bit should be nice to Spyro. See how that goes.
Maybe we'll get there. I am his favorite. I know that.
What? That's not true.
It sure isn't, Kaz. It ain't you either. I got news for you. Nobody around here says as much as I do. Nobody.
Yeah, but he doesn't like that.
Yes, he does. I'm an honorary Australian. The hell? Say bin chicken and everything.
You don't even say right. It's bin pigeon.
Yeah, bitch. Get it right.
This is why I'm an honorary Australian. You guys aren't. Shut
up.
All right, but I appreciate you're interested in the Spyro. Spyro, and I was thinking of you when I first seen this because I was like, dude, this is up Spyro's alley. Like, at Mecha Spyro on Twitch, everybody needs to go check him out. This is 100% Spyro's style, 100%. So, glad you're interested in Spyro, but I figured you would be. So here we are.
The next message is a text message from Godzilla. Hello, Slashers. The last interview was absolutely amazing. It's nice to see heart and soul put into both video games and movies. It is truly inspiring. Rob should do a shark movie podcast while Nick Cage is getting new movies going.
Holy shit!
I mean, look, that's not a terrible idea.
Right?
Just fill the gap with shark movies. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We're still spitballing ideas over there. And by that, I mean we're refusing to acknowledge that we're running into a problem. So.
The old slasher radio method you're applying.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, nice. That's it. But the problem is you'll run out of shark movies, too, sooner than later. There's not too many of them.
There's a lot of shark movies.
Yeah, but there's more Nick Cage movies than shark movies.
No, I disagree.
Like we're talking dumb shark movies, cast. Like Sharks of the Corn.
There's a lot of dumb shark movies that we just haven't gotten to on the show, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm sure if we look hard enough, I'm sure we can find it.
I also use the slasher radio method with those as well. I just pretend I refuse to acknowledge them until I'm forced to face them. So it's worked out for me pretty well so far. But God, dude, that's a fucking hell of an idea, Godzilla. Oh yeah,
it's not bad.
Glad you're enjoying the interviews. Yeah, I mean, obviously we love this shit. You know, horror movies obviously hold more weight, especially I'm sure to the three of us, but especially to me. But we love the gaming too, especially me and Cass. Rob, you enjoy a different style, but they're also important. Like new media for the genre is very important because the world's moving into new media, and the genre needs to as well.
I understand their importance. I don't personally really give too much of a shit about them, but I understand their importance.
No, that's fine.
A lot of them just aren't made for me. A lot of horror games that come out now, you know, this is not that I don't give a shit. It's just that like I don't enjoy the playing with other people.
Oh my god.
I don't like all that.
You like bossing people around. You don't like being bossed around. That's the problem.
Ain't nobody boss me around. I'll tell you that right now.
Or you also don't like playing multiplayer games because every single time you get beat by Lizzie and it pisses you off.
She cheats.
That's true.
She fucking cheats.
The cheating ass. Yeah.
Don't play Pummel Party with Rob.
Coming from someone who plays video games with Rob, he does come to Shaq and heal Rob. He didn't want to, and he didn't fucking do it. You know.
It's funny shit though.
Look, playing multiplayer games with Rob is an experience. It's a frustrating experience. It's an enraging experience, infuriating even, but it is fucking funny. I'll give it that. Like, it is really funny.
People love it.
It is funny though. Like 2v, when we play 2v with Rob and he's yelling cage in a cage, cage down, and like not doing anything but just running around and being obnoxious, it's highly entertaining and
that
it
feels
makes the
insulting.
game
Being obnoxious. I'm out there. I'm playing my game. I'm playing it my style, playing my way,
the Rob way. But no, like you make the game fun, and yeah, Rob. As much as I want to kick you in the ass every day, you make 2v8 enjoyable.
Well, I got that in my back pocket, I guess.
Fuck you.
That's a message.
The next message is from Runer Vollen from YouTube on last week's Terrifier video. Damien Leone reminds me of Billy and Stu if they made a movie about violence without having any respect for it.
Damn. A little harsh.
A little bit.
A little harsh. Strong disagree. Because I don't know how you can say without having any respect. There's a lot of, and before I even get into it, thank you for the comment. Thank you for interacting with, the show stuff. Love that. Appreciate it. And you're 100% entitled to your opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind here, just giving my perspective of it. I disagree because there's so many things that are callbacks to other movies within the Terrifier franchise. And dude, if you listen to that episode with David Howard Thornton, he's a fan. Damien Leone, without question, is a fan. Like they're not doing anything to disrespect the genre. They're trying to add to it is their intention. Now, whether, Runer, you like it or not, is a whole different ballgame. But I just think that's a little far.
I'm not real sure how to respond to that. I because on one end, I almost kind of see what they're saying because I've accused the Terrifier movies of this myself, in that a lot of it is built on shock for shock's sake, and I don't know how sustainable that model is. But I don't know that I quite agree that there's no respect for the movie or the genre involved. Yeah, I'm not real sure. And also, they say without having respect for it, and I don't know exactly what it is, so I'm not sure what they're referring to.
I feel like the horror genre. This is what it seems like, or the movies. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little lost on that. So if they're talking about shock for shock's sake, I kind of half agree with that. If they're talking about just not having respect for making movies, I disagree with that strongly.
I agree with you. There is passion behind it. You can tell, Mikey and I were having a conversation about Damien the other day about, what we thought he was more passionate for, like writing and directing or like special effects and artistry of film. And you can see that passion in the way that he creates his products. Like, he took something with a very low budget. He could have easily gone the route of, especially nowadays with like AI and shit, like he could have done so much more using different forms of technology to produce it, but he went with the traditional practical effects style, which isn't cheap, especially when you're making a movie with the amount of gore that he has in it. So I'll always have respect for someone. Yeah, no, it's not easy. So I'll always have respect for someone that goes the route of practical effects over just like the easy route of not lifting a finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of having respect, you have to respect his he sticks to his vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he has a vision for what he wants to make, and he sticks to it 100%. Now, whether you like that vision or not is a whole different thing. But he has a vision, and he sticks to it.
And kudos for him not being a sellout, too. Like, he's said in multiple interviews where he's had production companies come up to him, these big names trying to buy him out and trying to buy out that license and stuff. And, he's passionate about it. He's keeping it close to his heart. And similar to, like, Scott for Five Nights at Freddy's, like, you have a vision and he's going to execute that until, the very end. And, whether you like it or not, you still have to have some sort of respect for a person that is that passionate over a project, over making bank on it.
Although I would take the money 100%.
Of course you would.
That's the thing though, dude. And David talked with us about it last week with the Terrifier stuff. And that should show you, Runer, or at least be a strong point in the case that, dude, he does care. Because if he didn't, he'd have been like, all right, how much you putting on that check? And he'd been sitting fucking somewhere luxurious right now, and he's not. And that, we talked about it this last week with David, and we talked about it the last time that we had David on. They didn't do it. They made it a point not to do that, and because they want to do what they want to do. And if you feel that strongly about something, you have to care. You have to have respect for it. And this is a vision that Damien Leone's had for a long time. Even like All Hallows Eve, probably before that, that he's had for this story and these characters. And we're just now getting to see it because of, movies being made and money that needs to go, all these things that go into making movies. I don't want someone to twist up, something not being for them with, like, you don't have to hate the people who made it. Like we talk about movies on here that we don't like all the time. And, like sometimes we go over the top about it, and part of that's for entertainment and, also just how we feel, a mixture of both. But we don't want anyone to lose sight. We don't hate the people who make the movies, because it's not easy to make a movie, and a lot of time goes, a lot of energy goes into it. And, I just don't want you to lose sight of that, dude, is all I'm saying. Also,
if Damien talked about how this is going to round out or bring it into the story that he was wanting to tell with art, I can see there being a demand for Terrifier movies. I would have total respect for him if he made Terrifier 4 the way he wanted to, and then just went the John Carpenter route and was like, yeah, you want to make a movie, cut me a check. Like, I don't have a problem with him doing that at the point either. Like, if you've done what you want to do with it, there's no reason why you can't cash in on it.
Yeah, he's human. I would.
Yeah, I would have already.
Yeah,
I already would have. I don't believe in selling out. I've said this before. I'm selling out right now, just nobody's buying.
It's just, these movies are so divisive, and there is a lot of violence. And, I do look at, we hit on that with David last week too. I do look at it as, they have fun with it. Like, it's not, and we were talking with our friend of the show, Boogie. Everyone needs to go check out the Slasher Report. But he was kind of staying away from the Terrifier films as well for that reason. And if you don't see the movies and you just hear all the shit that they're doing, it's easy to be like, oh, fuck that. I don't want anything to do with that. But if you watch them and you see what they're doing and how they're doing it, and, kind of the nods and the winks and the smiles that go along with it, with the humor that follows it up, and, like just the playful nature of having fun within the horror world, I feel like it's different, and then that's my personal take. I'm not saying everybody's going to agree with me. I'm not saying, I almost threw my vape. I'm not saying what's right and what's wrong. But, that's my take on it. That's their take on it. And that's what they're doing, man. Kind of bottom line. But appreciate the thoughts, though, dude. Like, goddamn, though. All right. Next message.
The next message is from IR Chris on YouTube. R's in the chat.
God the fuck.
Thank you, Chris. R's in the chat. We have an Instagram account, so we're trying to get R's on the gram.
God.
Horrors everywhere.
Yeah, thanks for that, Chris. I could have did without it. Appreciate that. Very nice of you. No, we don't have a chat on YouTube.
Ours in the chat.
We don't have a chat to put it in. He put it in the comments. He put ours in the comments.
Also, like and subscribe and hit that bell. Get all the notifications.
Oh my God, that was. I feel dirty just listening to that. Jesus Christ.
I know how to do YouTube.
I say, I don't know how many of our videos you watch, or I say slash the like and subscribe button. Is that a little better?
No, you hit the like and subscribe and you ring the bell, baby.
Dear God. Next message. Thanks. Chris, stop doing that. Chris has done this. This isn't the first time Chris has done this. Stop doing that.
I appreciate it, Chris. Keep up. You're doing the Lord's work.
The next message is from LJ Productions 0616 from YouTube on the Tyler Main interview. You guys are amazing. This interview was great. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is my go-to more because the White Horse drives Darth Gregor crazy. Also, I hate New Nightmare. I would rather watch Dreamchild over and over, and the ever watch New Nightmare ever again.
Oh boy. What?
LJ, you're blocked. We block him. Just block him.
I mean, we could technically.
Yeah, you're blocked. I don't have time for you. Like, I was kind of with you at first, like when you said we're amazing, because obviously, right? Duh. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the New Nightmare stuff. That is the best one in the franchise.
All right. Hold on. I love it. LJ is a friend of the show. Met him through Darth Gregor, at Darth Gregor on TikTok. He does horror lives every week. We were at one this week, Rob, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about horror movies and stuff, and, puts up videos on his TikTok of horror shorts and all those things. So everyone needs to go check that out. We know LJ through Greg. LJ is known for having horrible takes, much like Greg. Probably why they're such good friends. Yeah, that's an annoying take. The Rob Zombie thing, yes. I do not think... I don't like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Stupid fucking horse. Don't like the horse. I've been saying that for a long time. That's one of the few things Greg is right about, that the horse is stupid in that movie. And the New Nightmare thing, like, where'd that come from? He just threw that in there for fun.
Yeah, just to be irritating. Much like Greg.
Yeah.
We already have one Greg, LJ.
Yeah, seriously. LJ's like Greg Jr. right now.
And also, though, the white horse is cool. I don't mind it.
I can't stand that fucking stupid horse. But yeah, LJ, nice to hear from you, I suppose. I don't know. But damn it, LJ, like, why bring up New Nightmare? Like, that's really bothering me. Why'd you even bring up New Nightmare?
You know he can't answer you, right?
I know, but, like, tell us somehow. Send a fucking carrier pigeon. Figure it out. LJ, why? Like, what would you do that for? I don't get it. That was just to be mean, I think is what that was. That was just to be mean.
Yeah, I agree.
Uncalled for, LJ. Very much uncalled for. And yeah, we already have Darth Gregor who comes around here with hot takes and just like slings them at us like fucking wild raccoons. Like, I don't understand why he had to do something like I just don't get it. I'm annoyed now. Like, LJ annoyed me just now. I don't get why he had to do that. Anyway, that's the end of the mailbag. What a way to end it. Jesus Christ.
That's the end of the mailbag. All right. Now I got a thing.
Oh yeah, you got. Oh fuck, I forgot about it. I'm gonna probably be more annoyed now. But all right, what's your thing?
So, well, two quick things. Because I said one thing already, but it was in a part you might edit out or you might not. So I want to say it again just in case.
Yeah, that's going. That's not in here.
Just in case you get it out. That last week was our 400th episode.
Yes.
Both Mikey and I failed to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it, to be honest with you. I feel like 100 went by really fast.
Yeah.
But it was fitting that we had David Howard Thornton on for it.
Yeah.
Big guest and everything. It was just, I wish we had mentioned it or made note of it in some way. So congratulations to us, 400 episodes. That's awesome. Now on to the second thing. And Mikey, I'm surprised you don't already know what this is. This has become an annual thing that we do here on Slasher Radio. The list is out of the scientifically proven scariest movies of all time.
Oh, God.
They do this every year. I'm not sure who does it. I'm not sure what the methodology of it is. Although this article that I found about it does show they have a resting heart rate and heart rate while watching the movie and the highest spike in heart rate. So I'm assuming that's what they use.
Okay.
to determine it. So we're getting a little more information, I feel like, every year about how they conduct this study. But I've got the 20 scariest movies of all time according to science. Are you guys ready?
According to science, just all of science.
Yes. Science got together and said these are the scariest movies ever. Number 20 is Insidious Chapter 2.
Now, okay, it was Sinister last year was number 1, right? For like 2 years in a row.
So it's always either been Sinister or Host.
Okay.
I don't remember which one was last year, but it seems like those two switch off and on.
Okay. Yeah. See, the thing is, I can very much, if I was hooked up to that monitor and I was watching any Insidious movies, let alone, what would you say, it was the second one?
Chapter 2, yes.
Okay. So if I was watching Chapter 2 or any of the Insidious movies for that matter, all of those things that you mentioned that they monitor for this study would raise because I would be very fucking annoyed watching that movie, much like I am right now.
Fair enough. Number 19 is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Surprising, but
it's a good movie, though.
It is a good movie.
It is. I don't know if I'd call it scary. Uncomfortable. I don't know. Yeah, all right, fine.
Number 18, A Quiet Place Part 2.
No.
This was a bad movie. I didn't like A Quiet Place Part 2, really.
I can see the first one, but second one, no.
I was gonna say the first one from my list, the second one.
Well, and it might be. We're only at we're up to number 17 now, so it might be on there. We don't know.
That shouldn't be there at all, though. That's the point.
And it's not, I guess, A Quiet Place Part 2, the funny thing about it, it's not really a bad movie. It's just I don't remember anything about it. It is a completely forgettable movie.
I just remember that Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, it's very just blah. Number 17 is The Babadook.
No, it's not scary.
That kid isn't. That kid's scary.
Science says it is. Number 16 is Paranormal Activity.
Look at that. Look at that. Hold on.
I'm stunned. How can you be scared of nothing happens?
As we get, there's Paranormal Activity right there. Proof, Rob. Science.
Number 15 is The Descent.
I want to, and a very good movie. It's not that I forgot about The Descent, but I've been meaning for like weeks now to rewatch The Descent.
Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a very good movie.
Number 12 is The Dark and the Wicked.
I don't think I've seen that.
That was very scary. Very good.
That movie really watched in a
it's
good way.
It's extremely unsettling. Yeah. It's very
Add it to the list, Cass.
Yeah.
The first time I
Have
met
you guys talked about it on the show? I'm assuming not, because Mikey hasn't seen it.
Yeah, put it on the list, Mikey.
Goddamn.
You're in charge of the list. You're in charge of rats and the list. That's what we got for you.
That's all I get credit for around here, huh? All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Number 12, It Follows.
No, God, fuck,
no. So stupid.
Science, guys. It's science.
No, science
I
wrong
guess
here.
people are scared of getting STDs, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm scared of getting STDs. I'll tell you that. I don't want that shit.
You're not scared of the ones you got?
It makes sense.
Just the new ones?
yeah. I don't want to. Those shots hurt. Number 12 is The Conjuring 2.
No.
It's a good movie.
No.
I found The Conjuring 1 to be the scariest in the entire frame.
Maybe.
All
number
this
11,
needs to be stricken from the record. All of it.
Number 11 is Hell House LLC.
Not scary.
I agree with it. Is
It's pretty creepy.
It is creepy. It's unsettling. And the fact that you can actually go there during October and it's a physical haunt, that you can go into the basement and they have the clowns down there. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, the haunt I could see being scary, but I mean, creepy, yes. I wasn't scared watching it. Very good movie, though. Yeah, I agree.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
Very good. Have you seen the new one yet? Either of you?
Yes.
No. Oh, you did? Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's I think the lake one.
I didn't like 2 or 3. I thought both of those were bad.
Yeah.
The prequel one that they did last year or 2 years ago or whatever, I thought that one was good.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Number 10 is Talk to Me.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't scare Mikey, but it gets him excited in certain ways.
Robert Humphrey? Stop it.
You're the one who bought a jerk off hand. What do you want from me?
Robert, that's all bleeped. I'm going to bleep all that. I'm a little late, but just move that bleep. No, it's not true. Talk to Me is a great movie. And dude, it hits tones. It is creepy. It is uncomfortable. It is, all those things. And yeah, I love that.
Number 9 is The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
All right. Good movie.
I haven't watched that.
It's like a Law and Order exorcism unit.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's dull. I don't like it. It's like a courtroom thing.
I haven't seen it in a long time either, but The Exorcism, the those kind of scenes, they were very good. I remember.
Number 8 is Smile.
I don't agree with that. I feel
I
like
don't either.
Hell House like hired Smile.
I thought I was going to get kicked out of the theater watching Smile because I was laughing so hard. It was like not scary, and I was laughing at how stupid it was, and I thought they were going to ask me to leave.
It is infuriating that that's on this list. It's disrespectful.
Buckle up, because number 7 is Smile 2.
Oh my god,
You
that's so
gotta
dumb.
be kidding me.
Nope.
Really?
Yep. Back to back.
Oh. This is the future of science, huh? That's crazy.
This is science.
Oh.
Number 6 is Hereditary.
Do you think the spike when that girl's face hit the sign was so big?
So big that it affected the rest of the movie? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There's some moments in Hereditary. I mean, like...
The scene with Tony Collette in the attic.
No.
Where like you hear the banging and then you see her, she's like upside down on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
was
that.
creepy as shit.
No.
The cutting of the neck.
There's a scene
No.
where Gabriel Byrne catches on fire.
No.
She's up in the corner, like you
No.
barely see her.
Yeah. It's a good movie, Mikey. You need to leave Hereditary alone.
Half of it's a good movie. The other half, in the end, when the demon comes down from the treehouse with a Burger King crown on his head, it was not very. It was horrible.
It's an awesome movie. Number 5 is The Conjuring.
Fuck this list. Fuck it all. The whole thing.
You always get so mad every year at this list. I don't know why we keep doing it.
I don't know why you keep doing it either. Stop it. Let this be the last one then.
No, if they continue to do the study, if science continues to take the time to do this study, we should talk about it.
Again, though, most of these movies, I will be so aggravated watching them. Yeah, my heart rate gonna be up. It's up right now. I can feel it. I need to take my medication. I don't have medication. I gotta get some and take it.
Number 4 is Insidious.
Sure.
Yeah,
For the
I got
time
none
when it
left.
came out, I felt like it was scary.
No, this
but
is I'm not sure exactly when they did it, but they do this study every year, so they've done it recently.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my pre-rolls. That's how annoyed I am.
Number
Get
3
over it.
is Skinamarink.
Oh my god.
Really?
I love it.
Yeah.
No way.
The only person they tested in this fucking study was that goddamn baby. They just fucking got that baby, hooked it up to some monitors.
You can't keep threatening babies.
I didn't threaten the baby that time, although I will whoop his ass. Number 2 is Host, and number 1 is Sinister.
Dude, there's no way. Still?
Yep, still. Here's the thing, and I think we've mentioned this before about this. The study, it drives me nuts because none of these movies are that old.
No.
Right? There's none of the like classic horror movies are on here. I mean, the oldest one, I believe, is The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and it's from 2005. So that one's 20 years old. But like, how's The Exorcist not on this list?
I agree with
How is fucking TCM not on this list?
I wonder what that did they mention the age range that they run this
No.
tester? No.
Not that I've seen. I mean, I've got a much longer list here, and I'm just scrolling through it now. They're all a bunch of new movies. Number 28 is TCM, 74. Number
That's crazy.
30 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 31 is Halloween, 78. Number 35 is The Exorcist, just below number 34, The Nun 2.
Oh, for Christ. Yeah, I don't want to hear any more of this list. That's an atrocity.
Like, these are all like, and a lot of them are these movies that are just filled jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, which is going to cause your heart rate to spike. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're scary movies. They're startling.
Not even. You see them coming a mile away.
Yeah, but if you're not
Most of
somebody who
them.
watches horror movies, you don't.
That's-
And so you're startled by the jump scare. That's going to spike your heart rate. But it doesn't mean the movie is actually scary.
No.
Right?
No,
It's
true.
just, it's just startling. And half the time, these shitty jump scares that they do in these movies they're not well done. You're more scared by the loud noise that
Mhm.
surprises
Like
the shit out of you than
Insidious.
you are than anything that's actually happening on screen.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why
and
I
so that's
feel
the
like-
frustrating thing about this fucking study. And they do it every year, and it's that way every year. They're all movies from like the last handful of years, and it's just it's all the jump scare movies.
But Sinister doesn't have a lot of jump scares though. It's just really disturbing imagery.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Sinister. Like, I think it's a pretty good movie.
Mhm.
And I can see how people would find that one creepy. But I mean, all the other ones, I like the Conjuring movies, but I mean, come
Stop
on,
it.
they're not. You know what I mean? They're just jump scare
they're
movies.
based off of jump scares. Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
of when I look at that list and I think of like Dark and the Wicked, for instance, like that movie.
Right.
is uncomfortable to watch and think about it afterwards, and like those are the movies that I actually find scary.
That's a scary movie. Yeah.
Yeah, when you turn it off and you like go to bed and you're laying in a dark room thinking about the things in the movie. You know, like
But fucking Smile and Smile 2, that's jump scare bullshit.
Well, it's also super unrealistic too. That's, you know, when they get too jump scary and stuff and they rely on that too much, it just takes away from the realistic point of it.
Yeah. So anyway, that is what science says, so it must be true.
Fuck science.
Yeah, well, I found my pre-rolls, so thanks, science. Annoyed me. You pushed me to drugs and alcohol. I hope you're happy. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with Tim Willits from Saber Interactive. We're going to detail the Hellraiser Revival Game. Again, these guys at Saber did not have to do this. It is very nice of them to give us some of their time and to kind of give us a preview into this game that is so highly anticipated. When it was announced, you know, the internet kind of lit up for it, where everyone was so excited. And, you know, you have Pinhead that was removed from Dead by Daylight and, like, you know, everything that brings. And now you get him in a game form again, which is super exciting. And there could be a future there, which we do talk to Tim about. So everybody enjoy that, and we'll catch you on the other side. Fucking, you aggravated me.
Science, baby. Science.
I'm smoking drugs right now because of you. You happy?
I just report the facts. I'm just a journalist reporting facts.
Tim, we are very, very appreciative of your time. Thank you for joining us, and we love having you back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Like I was saying earlier before we started, the last time we talked to you was when the Evil Dead game came out. It's awesome to see true horror fans behind these games that we throw on, because, you know, obviously us as horror fans, we get them, we play them, we look forward to them. And that little bit of extra passion from someone who truly appreciates the genre like you guys do over at Saber. This is now your another IP game that you're making.
Yes.
What drew you guys to the Hellraiser franchise, and what was the process of the discussions with the license holders? Because this is, like, you guys are going to be blurring lines with this game. Like, there's a lot of shit in there. What made you say, okay, let's do Hellraiser?
So so we at Saber are all very big Hellraiser fans. I personally am a huge Hellraiser fan. You know, I have a configuration signed by Pinhead himself. You know,
yeah, you made me feel like crap about that already. Yeah,
I know.
That's badass.
If I turn my camera around, you can see my Pinhead statue, which I had way before I even started at Saber. So I've always loved the universe, and you know, and there's lots of designers and artists and programmers here at Saber that also love this universe because it's so unique, it's so different. There's more to it than I think people realize on the surface. You know, it's very deep, it's very complex. You know, it makes really for a wonderful world to play in. And so, you know, we made Evil Dead. You know, it was a great asymmetrical multiplayer game. You know, it did really well for us. We made A Quiet Place, which was like the perfectly designed game because everyone knows exactly what the gameplay is. And yes, and with Hellraiser, you know, we felt that, you know, we're working with Boss Team again, who we worked with on Evil Dead, and they're great. And you know, and we felt that this universe is perfect for a solo, personal kind of story journey that you go on, because it's deep, it's complex, it's torturous, it's scary, you know, and it fits with that solo kind of campaign, that solo experience where it's your personal journey, which is very, you know, hallmark of the franchise. And then working with Clive, he had, you know, Clive Barker, it's his baby. He invented this, has been amazing. He has been truly great. He's been very fast, which I know that sounds silly when I say that, but sometimes working with license holders, it takes forever to get feedback, but he's like on the spot. And, he's looked at drawings. He's given us, he's tweaked things for us. He's story ideas. He's told us things about the Cenobites that we had no idea about, things that I don't think anyone, knew about. So it's been great. I mean, it's really been great working with him. We're really excited about this. When we announced it before Gamescom this year, I knew that there were a lot of Hellraiser fans out there, but I didn't know how many. I mean, the response it's been crazy. I mean, it's really been crazy. One journalist showed up to play our demo that we had at Gamescom, and him and his wife have matching Hellraiser tattoos, and I was like, "You're a fan," So so it's fans like that we need to make sure that we get this experience right. And like you said in the question, is that it's complex. We're doing a lot. It's it's a very mature universe. We're making a very mature game. But I think that the team has put together a very clever story. With the Cenobites and then other entities in the world, other people with other agendas, and we've created this world where we can deal with Cenobites on one side, but we also have things that we can kill and shoot on the other side, because you can't kill a Cenobite, and we can't make a game where you spend 10 hours running from a Cenobite. So I do think we have a really clever story, and it's been great to work with Clive on setting all that up. Sorry if that was a very wordy answer to your introduction question.
No, absolutely. And I thought you said something interesting in there, Tim, because you mentioned you didn't know how many Hellraiser, because it is a very, very dark and bloody, and that's not for everybody. And it's almost more dangerous because not only obviously Hellraiser's like on the Mount Rushmore, right, of these horror villains, but they have like such a cult following. So it's not even just the volume of fans. I mean, people who love Hellraiser love Hellraiser.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Even one of the factions that is in the video game are cultists, and they are this group that worship the Cenobites. They're trying to unlock the mysteries of the configurations and to unlock them, and they're almost like Hellraiser fans in themselves. They're almost like the people that are going to buy this game. But we understand that, and we want to respect the lore. We want to respect the fans. If you look at our other games that other licensed titles, even outside of horror, I think Saber's done a very good job, listening to fans, respecting what fans want, and building the experience that will be most enjoyable for them.
Yeah, and everybody looks at creating an IP game as you get the benefit of having something that people know about already, but you also have the pressure of getting it right, because obviously all the other things, because you have deal license holders, approvals, all that shit, but your real pressure is the fans.
Yes.
And one of the things that I seen kicked around a lot was people wondering, and myself included, what is the exact source material for this game? Because obviously the franchise is vast, and yes. You also have Hellbound Heart that's involved, and that's the real source of everything. Is this going to span across the franchise, or are you focusing more on the original film?
So that's a great question. No, we don't go to space. I can make that joke because no one minds if I make that joke. It does not fit between any movies necessarily. Okay. It is, but I think, there is, without giving anything away, there is kind of a transition that's important, so, okay. If you're a fan of the first couple of movies, you'll be fine. You'll be like, oh, this is cool. If you're looking for characters that return from this movie or that movie, we don't have that. It is just, you have your Cenobites, you have Pinhead, you have Aiden and Sunny, who are Aiden's, the person you play. Sunny is his girlfriend, and Aiden searches for Sonny, who is taken by the Cenobites, and it's his journey through that world, along with her journey. So it's kind of its own story. But if you're a fan of the first handful of movies, you'll feel right at home.
Right.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Does.
Yes.
And it also it creates a whole nother question that ties into. I was planning on asking you about, obviously Clive Barker and his influence on the game, but I feel like this is a great time to, and you kind of went into it already, but you're being trusted with kind of creating your own story within their universe. And
yes,
you said you worked heavily and he was heavily involved with that. Yes. He's notably super passionate about rightfully so, right?
Yes, he is.
What was that process like working with him? And I know you got into it a little bit, but now creating a new story, almost a new movie based on this world.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Yes. So, he was surprisingly easygoing, because so we started out with a story. We started out as video game guys do. We like make prototypes and things. And we were showing him versions of it, and we made it a little too action orientated. Like it was a little too much shooting at first, and he was like, "It's a little too much shooting."
Great to hear, though.
But so we laid out a story, and he was so nice. I cannot give him more kudos because we had to invent like these cultists. And then they have almost like these kind of like hellspawn-y creatures because we need something to shoot. We need something to kill. And in the game, the configuration has powers, and you can manipulate the world with it, which is really cool. And some are very violent powers, so you can like kill things with it. So we crafted a story with this kind of other faction and these other creatures that don't really run parallel, but kind of intersect the Cenobites and the configurations and the labyrinths. And he was totally cool with it because we were like, "Oh, please, sir, like this," because you can't like we added cultists and we added these little demon spawn things, and we're like, "Oh, please, like it." And he understood that it's a video game. Right. And but he really liked how we kind of wove the story, and he was like, okay, this is really cool, go more like this. Yeah, that's not going to work, just stop talking about that, and then go this way and then intersect it like this, and then you'll be happy, or I'll be happy if you do this. And we're like, thank you. Because not to give anything away, but Pinhead is really something is cool with Pinhead. And anytime you mess with the star of the man's universe, you got to be careful. So he was he was so great. He literally was so great.
That's so awesome to hear. Because you hear about so many, not to name any names, but you hear about a lot of people who have made really cool shit, and they just, all right, fine, this is how much it costs, and make sure our check's on time. Like you hear about that a lot, and someone who cares this much and is willing to collaborate, because that's what you guys were doing, and create something special together, and it benefits the project. Like it only makes everybody involved better, including the project you're working on.
Yes, yeah, and when people play it, people be like, "Oh, I get it." They'll be like, "Oh, I understand why y'all did this," and "Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, I can see that." And so yeah. Again, it's a it's a long, movies are an hour and a half, 2 hours. Our game is, 10 hours, to play through or more. So there's lots of, stuff that intertwines together.
Okay. We're doing a lot of talking about Clive Barker, and I'm a huge Clive Barker fan, but I am also a giant fan of Doug Bradley. And he was involved in this as well. What was it like?
That's the signature right there.
You got to stop rubbing that in.
Sorry.
But Doug Bradley, obviously a horror icon, and we've seen iterations of the Pinhead character without him, and that's always a thing,
Always a thing. Yeah, that's the very polite thing to say.
Yeah, for better and worse, But you guys, I'm sure it was integral for you to have him be a part of this. What was that process like, working with him, having him involved, and the legitimacy he brings? Like the character is now complete. As long you could screw up so many things, but as long as Doug Bradley's involved, you did it right
You
as
win,
far as
yeah.
anyone's concerned.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. I mean, he is Pinhead. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, without there's it's kind of silly to even think about. Yeah, I mean, again, he again we work with Boss Team in Boston. There's a good relationship with Clive, good relationship with Doug, and Doug was so reasonable. Again, it's just crazy. Sometimes you're like, oh, don't meet your heroes, but no, like he was so nice and so easy to work with. I mean, again, it is Pinhead doesn't talk that much. I mean,
Right.
he's very distinct and succinct in what he says. But we had a number of sessions with him, voice sessions. We we have a kind of behind the scenes interview with him, which is really cool. But he's so nice. I mean, again, so pleasant and easy, and very accommodating. And you know how video games are. We're like, we always wait to the last minute to like write the lines, and we change things, and and he's like, oh my God, where I'm working with these kids. But yeah, I mean, he was super easy, and I mean, again, you're right. Without Mr. Pinhead himself, people would be like, what are you doing? So
yeah,
he adds all the legitimacy to the product. I mean, without him, he's like the only one you actually really need. He is the guy. He is the Cenobite.
You don't have the character talk if you don't get him, right? I mean, that's
no,
kind
yeah,
of the way.
Then it would be just weird. I mean, we could voice double him, but that would be terrible.
Yeah.
So as long as he's willing to do it, hopefully people will love this game. We'll make another one. Because we do leave some stuff hanging a little mystery.
Okay, we'll get a little bit more into that later. But that is awesome. We had the pleasure of having Doug Bradley on the show quite some time ago. He did yell at me, so it's good to hear that he was nice to you. I asked him what was Leatherface versus Leprechaun. It was a running joke on the show, and he was insulted.
That's hilarious.
But he's an awesome. He had fun with it, and it was great. He's an awesome guy. But you guys are moving from Evil Dead and into, I mean, you did it with A Quiet Place too, but moving away from that ASEM and into the single player world. Yes. What was that transition like? And like, obviously you guys have done this before. You very much know what you're doing, but handling an IP and structuring a game around, I mean, that's everything. Single player versus like an ASEM multiplayer. They're two completely different worlds, two completely different structures. What was the decision like going for this single player? And before you answer that, Tim, real quick, I 100% love what you did. Like the Hellraiser franchise deserves a story. So I love what you guys did.
Yes. Thank you. It made sense, to do a single player. Like I kind of mentioned at the beginning, it is a journey for Aiden, and going after Sonny. And the choice that he makes, spoiler alert, there's two endings, he really, it's there's a lot of some decisions you have to make. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of sadness and despair that just doesn't, I just don't know if it would work as well in multiplayer. Like. Yeah, you gotta, because I want people to go through and like take the time to stop and like look at the game and like, ooh, like I gotta do what, and like, oh, and when you play multiplayer, you always got some, someone that's Leroy Jenkins and stuff, and so it's like it'd be hard, and then you can't have someone play as a Cenobite. That would be kind of weird. I mean, maybe you could make a game like that, but. No, it made sense. It made sense to tell a story, to tell a gripping story that people can get into and have a good time and be like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously when you guys dropped the teaser, which wasn't much, I mean, it was a teaser, sure, but there wasn't much question there. Everybody knew exactly what the hell you guys were doing. Yeah. And it exploded, and all of our viewers were, because in the gaming world, there's that divide, right, between the single player and the multiplayer ASEM. What that conversation was being had. Was there anything internal where you guys ever considered an ASEM?
No, we did.
Oh, you did?
Like yeah. Like when we started out, we're like, I mean, multiplayer games sometimes can get more legs, as you know. And so yeah, we definitely discussed it. We discussed lots of kind of different ideas and story and gameplay and what would fit. And we just kept coming back to let's have an experience, tell a good story, and get Clive excited, and he was excited, and we could do things that were cool. And so yeah, it just worked better, and we just think that that people will embrace it and be like, yeah, it was a really cool experience. And then, and then they'll be happy.
Absolutely. And that's always been the thing with, excuse me, the Hellraiser franchise, right? Is people get so caught up in the blood and the guts, and they look really cool. I'm a huge fan of that too. But I feel like what it doesn't get enough credit for, at least on a general blanket statement of it, is the story. Because it comes from such an, like the Hellbound Heart is an incredible piece of literature. And that story, especially the original, it's a horror love story, and people don't acknowledge that. And this needed, they don't, and this needed to be single player. Don't get me wrong, I'd be sitting there playing my ass off if it was multiplayer too. But if it was any other franchise, I mean, you get Hellraiser, you have to tell a story, and I'm so glad you guys made that decision.
Yes. The moral of the story is do not play with one of these, with your significant other. And if it opens, run. Yes. So it is, it's a love story, it's a bit of a story about loss, but story of, your own kind of discovery. So yeah, it's cool. I think people dig it.
Absolutely. In your PlayStation blog, you wrote an article to kind of accompany the announcement of this game. And you said, and this is a quote from you, that you fully understand the legacy you're stepping into with Hellraiser, what it was like internally with your team trying to live up to such an iconic franchise. And when I seen this announced, and especially when I seen, single player story mode, my first words out were, they need to get this right for Hellraiser. And we kind of got into it a little bit earlier, but then I read your article and I was like, oh, they get it 100%. And obviously it was important for you to mention that. And I'm sure you have your finger on the pulse of the fans, and that's very much important to the fans. Was there any pressure in your studios, and what was that like, going over everything with a fine-tooth comb and acknowledging and fully embracing this challenge of getting something so iconic right?
So you are absolutely correct. The one of the fears, well, it's still a worry of mine, is we get a little wordy, like in the game, because we try to go pretty deep with, like what are really your choices, and what are you sacrificing, and what do you, like, how much are you willing to go for, desire, and to explain the universe. Hopefully we're not too wordy, because we try to touch on some themes, but the the fact that Clive was cool with it, that's like, there's only one fan. That means, if he's happy, well, me, at least if someone sends me a message on the internet, be like, I hate your story, you suck, I'll be like, well, Clive liked it.
No way that'll happen though, right?
Dude, it always happens. It always happens. Trust me. Usually the people who love you the most are the ones that get so mad. I hate you. But the fact that that he's kind of embraced it, and like, we do some messed up stuff. Like, I just pray to God, we're still working on getting it all rated. But like the last journey that you go through is so symbolically over the top and a little crazy. It's hilarious. I wish I could say it, but when you get in the game, you guys would be like, oh my God, you guys cannot just did that. So yeah,
we'll have you on again sometime down the road once it's all out, and we can just gush over it. I'm sure. Yes. And you guys
hopefully it will not be an interview about all the stuff we had to remove, so we could legally sell it.
Well, see,
I'm joking.
We could talk about that a little bit, because it's funny because you guys did do some shit in here. You are absolutely correct. Even just from the trailer, we could tell. I have a friend of mine. Shout out to my friend Maximum Rick. He was live on Twitch when your trailer dropped, and I was like, "Oh my God, Rick, did you see the new Hellraiser trailer?" He's like, "No, I have to stop what I'm doing right now and check it out." So he did, and he thought he was going to get banned. He was worried about it. So now we have a running joke of the Hellraiser incident on his stream.
Yes.
But
no, I mean, the trailer is pretty calm, to be honest.
That's
Yes.
saying something. Okay.
Yes.
But tapping back into your PlayStation blog, you said the Hellraiser universe is defined by its unflinching exploration of pain, pleasure, and the thin and terrifying line that separates the two. That is perfectly worded. The essence is at the heart of our game. And I mean, that's Hellraiser in a nutshell. And that's worded perfectly. And you kind of just mentioned it, but what was it like blurring those lines? Because you have to, if you're making a Hellraiser game and you're not pushing limits, you're not making a Hellraiser game, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Some of the conversations that we had is just hilarious. I wish I could say them out loud. It's like, are we really asking this question? Yes. I mean, again, we, there is, somebody tweeted at me or something, or posted some comment that, if it's not adults only, it's not true to the franchise. And I was like, well, there's R-rated movies. But again, you can do so much more when it's interactive. So sitting in your couch and watching Hellraiser movie is totally different than having to cut yourself free to get out of a chair. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. Watching, that looks scary is totally different than when having to reach into a body and to remove a part, in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to that looks kind of fetishy. It's a way different thing when you actually have to go and do it. You know what I'm saying? So it really is different than watching movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I played Mortuary Assistant for the first time recently. So that's the vibe I get. I'm just flashing back to those moments of oh, wait, I'm doing this. Games like that always bring that level of realism to you. I could sit and watch a movie about that all day. You're right. But seeing, quote unquote, yourself doing it, whole nother level. Absolutely. And it's cool that you're looking at it from that lens.
Yes. And I encourage people to, when they play, get into it, only play at night, play by yourself, light some candles, put your headphones on, turn the lights off, get into it, just have fun, don't just play it like a jaded gamer, get into it, and you'll have a better time.
That's a great disclaimer. And I feel like that's something that might be lost nowadays in game. Because, I mean, even you could think back as far as when Outlast came out, that the first game was...
That's a great example. Yes.
Everybody did that. You turned the lights off, you waited till at night, you had a friend, and you immersed yourself into it. And that, I mean, if you're not playing this game that way, absolutely.
I know. If you spend the money, you buy the game, do it right, have fun with it, and I mean, spend some hours, spooking yourself out.
Yeah, full experience. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you keep flashing your amazing lament configuration box in front of me, Tim. So there it is again. So let's talk about it a little bit, because you guys have something called a Genesis configuration.
Yes. So it's it's not this one.
Right.
But but it is, I mean, we explain it more in the game. And what I told you is, I mentioned earlier, is that as Aiden, you'll be able to manipulate the configuration to manipulate the world. So if you're in the labyrinth, you can move things, and you can channel energy, and then there are objects that you can manipulate, and then you can almost use to attack enemies with it as well. So it's a bit different than this one.
Right. And obviously without getting into far, that is a great detail that you went into already. But obviously, without getting too far into it, we don't want to spoil anything. Everybody needs to go get the game and experience it, not play it, experience it.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. But you're creating, like you said, we were talking about even before we started, like the lament configuration is arguably the coolest thing in the horror genre. Like that's the prop, that's the memorabilia, like that's one of the coolest things you can have. It's like, you know, Jason's machete or something like along those lines. And it's so unique to the franchise. There's nothing else like it. And you guys were able to now create your own version of something so iconic.
Yes, but you know there are multiple configurations,
right,
in the universe.
Yeah.
You know. Yes. Okay. Good. Yes. So, but yes. Sorry, you are correct. You know, in the movie, everyone's like, "Ooh," you know, that's it.
Yeah.
But the universe allowed that that the universe supported that concept.
Absolutely.
So we were able to, you know, with all the permissions to make something unique and then use it for gameplay and stuff. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that must have been a great process too, to be able to kind of, because you have to get it right and close enough to, you know, like those certain things.
Yes.
You also offer, and I have to talk, we talked about this last time, you guys really hate people's bank accounts because those collector's editions are irresistible to not get. I fought it. A friend of mine had gotten it and he kept poking at me about it. I said, you know what? I can't not have this. So the collector's edition for Hellraiser Revival, much like the Evil Dead collector's edition, I mean, you guys load these things with so much. And the Genesis, well, you get a choice between the...
You get a choice. Yes, there's two. Well, actually, there's multiple. There's like collector's edition. Then there's the super awesome one that Clive has signed. And then the Doug has some that he's going to sign as well.
Right.
Yes. So that's Boss Team. So like you know, our partnership with Boss Team, and they have great experience with real products, you know, and real, you know, toys and collectibles and comics and statues and things. So yeah, it's been really nice, and those things sold out like that.
They sure did.
Nuts.
My hesitation that I had I missed out on the Clive Barker. I did get the Doug Bradley though.
Good.
But yeah, they were lightning, and I was sitting on it, and then I said, you know what, I can't not have this. So I went back. I'm like, it's sold out already. Yeah, they went fast.
Yes, and he's gonna sign a lot. Like, I mean, that poor guy, he's gonna feel like he's in his own personal hell. He's gonna sign a lot of those.
That's hilarious. How much of that is kind of tied into, because you guys, well, Boss Team also, I don't know how much, you know, either was involved with it, but you did it for Evil Dead, and it's almost like an event, you know, like you guys have set a standard together with these releases, and it's almost like there's been other games that have come out, you know, in between Hellraiser and Evil Dead, and I look at them as a big horror gaming fan and go, damn, man, there's really not much physical on the bone here to make it super special like you guys and Boss Team make sure to do. How important is that to you guys being able to have that, even if it's, you know, teaming with Boss Team to have that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, again, it's just, we're lucky to have a great partner, you know, that has been able to, because it's hard to inventory and work with the manufacturers and to get it done in time and get it approved. I mean, this is tough, you know, so the fact that they can do that and they have experience, it's just a win. You know, and so I bet other video game companies would love to do more. It's just too hard, you know, and you need experience to get it right, because it can turn into a disaster. I mean, I've had problems with physical goods in the past, and it can be a disaster. So so we're just very blessed, you know, to have the right partner, because fans love it, you know, and to work in a franchise that fans would love. I mean, like on the Evil Dead stuff, my Necronomicon is like sitting right over there, which is like, I put that with my collector's comic books. That's how cool that thing is. So, yeah.
Yeah, the art books. I mean, it's just above and beyond. Like I say, you kind of set a standard because other games are kind of a letdown when they really. I'm not gonna lie, and
That's
having
cool.
that experience, yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm still, I'm gonna give one more shout out to our friends over at the Slasher Report. He's the one that poked me and poked me and poked me and poked me, and I'm like, all right, you can't own this, and I don't. So I now have to. But like he said, when I bought it, you'll be glad you did it. I mean, the joy that I had opening up the Evil Dead Collector's Edition was. Like I was blown away, and I just cannot.
Cool box, yeah.
Everything about it, the art book, everything about it was mind blowing, and I can't wait for this as well as the game. So it's just a win-win all the way around.
Yes.
But one question that I did have, because you said something interesting as far as mentioned there was a lot of shooting and this and that, and we're not going to give too much gameplay away here. But I just wanted to ask you the differences or the decisions made between like Evil Dead had a very unique style of gameplay. And what was it like making the decisions to, okay, what are we going to do differently here? And, combat systems, whatever you guys may have. How do you feel about the gameplay that we're going to see in Hellraiser Revival?
Yes. So, that's a good question because the gameplay, like I said earlier, we had too much shooting, and then Clyde told us that we had too much and we had to like pull back a little bit.
Right.
The team that, is kind of the principal on the project. They have a lot of action experience. So it's just natural. You just natural kind of put in what you're good at. So, we do have some shooting, we do have some stabbing. We do have some, configuration manipulation. But we also have some, horror type where, oh my God, I got like a stick and I got to kill this dude. So, so I do think there's a good mix. And then when you're in the labyrinths, the world can crazy and things change and the world can rotate and turn and twist and shift and stuff. So, so I do think we have more gameplay variety than you normally would find in a straight horror game. Lots of horror games turn into, walking sims. But I do feel that because we kind of are action guys and we had to like pull back, we had to hold ourselves back. That I do think we ultimately ended up with a lot of variety. Like you do different things, and I think people will appreciate that.
That's awesome to hear, and that's why I was so curious because knowing the franchise the way I do as a fan, like there's different worlds and different paths everywhere, and it sounds like you guys adapted to that, which is awesome to hear.
Yes, yeah, and again, games are longer than movies, so we have to engage players and give them activities and push them forward. So, like it's just having a great story is important. Having all the nudie bits and the hooks that is important. But having that gameplay keeps people engaged.
Equally as important, because like you said, a lot of games is just so repeat, and it becomes, like you said, a walking simulator. It's just the same thing over and over again, and that's very interesting, and I can't wait to see what you guys did with that. Mm-hmm. Another question that I had for you, Tim, was we've seen single player games, especially nowadays. Like the landscape has changed. Like you can look back. You can look back as far as like Nintendo if you want, but even just as far as like PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, even where single players were a very different type, and they've evolved so much now. And we can look at games like Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3, and they add DLCs and different things. And single player games aren't really just like blow on the cartridges and what you pay for is what you get anymore. Even as far as the rights holders and Clive and everybody, they seem to be all in with you guys and this game. You can point to Pinhead being removed from games like Dead by Daylight. This seems like it's something that you guys, like you mentioned, a part 2 even, could have legs in the future and not be just a prototypical single player game. Are you looking into adding DLCs to extend the future of it? Part 2 you mentioned already?
Well, I mean, we have to see, we're focusing on making the best game we can. I hope if it's a mega success, I want to, it'd be great to make another one. We just have to see, same with DLC, we just have to see. but currently the team is just focusing on making the best experience they can, and we just hope that people love it, and it works, and if it resonates, let's keep rocking and rolling. But we just have to get the main game done, and people have to like it.
That's the keys, absolutely,
Yes.
to anything really, even
Yes.
movies too. If a movie's
Yes.
not going to make money, you bet your ass that no matter how well they set up the next one, there's not going to be another one if it bombs.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's so interesting too, because we haven't seen an IP game really get a part two. When you think about it, I mean, you can look to a bunch of games that have gotten another one. IP games typically, off the top of my head, haven't. Where, The Walking Dead, I guess, what do they have, like 50 of those games? But generally speaking, there hasn't been a part two. They usually just put out the game, and that's what the story is. Even if it's a multiplayer, obviously they build on that. But you guys already looking ahead and being hopeful.
Being hopeful, yes, we are being hopeful. We have not started anything. We're just being hopeful.
Absolutely.
But like I said, we end with enough open material that we could continue if we wanted to. But we're also in a world that allows us to do anything. Like we can just make we can have new humans that fall victim to thinking that they can understand the configurations and the Cenobites. And then the Cenobites themselves, they have agendas, they have personalities, they have wants and desires. There's a lot there too. So it's so the world is so rich that it's a scary, terrifying playground to go have fun in. So again, yes, if the game is a big success, I would love to do more.
I'm glad that the interest is there on you guys, and that is amazing to hear. And it's so easy too. Like you mentioned the box set, just the general, even in the movies, like we can even point to those. It's easy to do. Someone finds the box, and you have a whole new story with a whole new set of characters, and it's that easy.
I mean, that's why I don't think people really get how clever and brilliant Clive is to make he made a great story with great characters, but then he made a universe that is like just so big. I mean, that's so hard to do. I don't think people get it, how clever he is to make that universe and do like just what you said. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go any way, and that's hard to do. It's really hard to do.
Oh, it's very hard to do. And it's been like we were joking earlier, Pinhead goes to space. I think most of the horror villains kind of get that time in their franchise, but it's still as iconic as a franchise as it is. It's so good that it allows missteps, which every franchise has, not to just say Hellraiser, every single one. It has to be that good for it to be able to survive those and still remain on the top shelf where Hellraiser is.
Yep, you're 100% correct.
Tim, we're so thankful for the time you've given us. I do have one more question though two more questions before we let you go. Is there a chance, and I know a release date hasn't been announced yet or anything like that, we're not looking.
We're still literally trying to figure that out ourselves. We just we got such a good response from Gamescom. Oh my Lord, the people that played it liked it. So the team's like, oh my God, we have a good game here. So we just need to polish it up, and just make it as good as we can and get it right. But so we are like, I'm not even lying. We're just we are literally don't know. But we're working as hard as we can to figure out when we're going to get done.
Okay. You know what though? That's a great answer, because, and obviously I want the game now. Like I want to go into your office.
Me too.
I want to steal your lament configuration box, and I want to play this game with you right now. But at the same time, as much as fans want it, the fact that you're taking the time and making sure everything's right is more important than anything else. And you could point to a million games that probably weren't ready to be released when they were released, and you run into all these problems, and you could have a great game that just never got the right chance because things weren't ready. And I love that you guys are taking that time and making sure it's right.
I mean, that's one of the great things about Saber. We our philosophy is to make sure it's good. To take the time that it needs. I mean, look at Space Marine 2. We we took a little extra time on that, and you know what? No one cares because it's a great game and everyone loved it. So we want to make sure that we give it enough time.
Yeah, and as impatient as gaming fans are, that's what's most important. I feel like that gets lost sometimes with people, on Reddit and Twitter complaining that it's not out yet. It's like let it cook and let it be right, and you'll be happy that they took the time. Absolutely.
It's a game can only be late until it comes out, but a bad game is a bad game forever.
And that's the thing. We've seen, like I said, we've seen a lot of really good games that just had problems and people never gave it another chance, and they just fall to the wayside. And that is the last thing you ever want to happen with something you put so much work into.
Yes.
But Tim, this episode, we're talking in the future right now. So this episode is going to release the day before Halloween.
That's why I wore orange.
Look at you, professional.
See, I'm on brand.
Hell yeah. So what are some of your, this is a hard question for me too. Like, what are some of your go-to Halloween season movies that you go to every year or often around Halloween?
I'm a big Scream fan, which is, I know it's kind of silly.
Oh my God.
My daughter is like really into horror movies. So we've been watching everything, recently. She's an adult, so I'm not a bad parent. I like I kind of like the fantasy horror, more than just like torture porn. I like demons coming up, ghosts, Cenobites, I'm more into the supernatural horror than even though I said Scream first. But the
can't get mad at Scream.
I know, it's a guilty pleasure, but I'm more into supernatural horror.
Okay, nice. That's awesome to hear. Yeah. Cass and I are insane Scream fans.
Oh, that's hilarious that I said that first.
Yeah. We have our co-host he's sick and dealing with a bunch of personal stuff right now, so he unfortunately wasn't able to make it today. But he gives us crap for how much we like Scream. So
that's hilarious. Yeah. All great minds, right? Great minds think alike.
That's what I'm saying. But Tim, thank you so much for your time today, man. It's always a blast when we get to talk to you. Hopefully we can do it again in the future.
Yes.
Let everybody know where they can get in touch with you. If you want them to leave you alone, tell them that too. Everything, obviously Hellraiser Revival, everybody's already, you don't even need to tell them about that. Yes. They're already yelling at you. But yeah, yes. Let everybody know where they can get in touch with you, man.
I mean, again, I'm the world's easiest person to find. I'm like T Willits at everything, because my last name is quite unique. So I'm T Willits on Instagram and T Willits on Twitter, or just Tim Willits. I'm easy to find.
You are a very easy Google search.
Yes, I'm very easy search. Yes.
All right. That was really nice of Tim to stop by. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the Hellraiser Revival game. I hope everybody is looking forward to it, and this kind of hypes up things a little bit more than that is already out there. And everyone needs to go check out their social media as well. At Hellraiser Game on Twitter. They have a bunch of stuff where you can just go look it up, and it is everything they put out already is phenomenal. They put out screenshots a bunch of times, and dude, they're pushing limits in what we're seeing in games, as Tim detailed, but as also if you just see these screenshots of the game, like this is stuff we've never seen at this level with this much detail, this much gore. They're doing something special here. So I hope everybody checks it out. I hope everybody's excited about it. And so we'll be back next week with Mike P. Nelson, Sweet Revenge with Jason Universe, upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night. We're going to do a little bit of preview for that. Bunch of different things that he's worked on. Wrong Turn, the remake, all kinds of things. So we'll be back next week with him. And until then, you can get in touch with us on Twitter at Slasher Radio, on Instagram at Slasher Radio Pod. You can also check us out. God damn it! You can also why? Well, that might be the most annoying one.
Just reminding people.
God damn it!
It's a new thing. We got to remind them. We got to repeat it. You know what I mean?
Stop repeating. For the love of God.
If we want ours on the gram, that's what we have to do.
You can also follow us and give us subscribe, a like, all those different things on YouTube and TikTok at Slasher Radio.
Ring that bell. Get those notifications.
Don't touch our bell. What else? That's it. right? All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the link tree.
I mean, yeah, but nobody goes channel. All of a sudden, you remember the fucking link tree, and you won't leave it alone. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, give us a follow there. Interaction helps the show immensely. Also, patreon.com/Slasher Radio tier starting as low as $2 a month. A week free trial for the Patreon. And, yeah, support the show. God damn it.
Yeah. Stop being a dirty, filthy normie and get in there and be one of the cool people.
There's in the chat.
Now I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter. You can follow me. You can leave me alone, whatever you want to do. Robert Humphrey. Really finding you.
I'm around at Radio Rob 123. You can listen to the other show that I do, the Nick fucking Woo Cagecast. That's Nick effing Woo Cagecast in your podcast player.
Hell of a deal. Canada.
I'm as well. Makeup X-Men.
Hell of a deal. All right, guys. Catch you next week with Mike P. Nelson. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.